Welcome back. We got a 2015 Dodge Ram today in for some inspection service. He's basically trying to make sure that he can properly get his vehicle shipped and he'll have no issues. So he has a couple concerns about a brake light and then make sure the e-brake works and a couple other things we will check over that is the same things that they check over before they ship the vehicle. And then we'll double check a couple things that got repaired at a different shop. And I don't want to spoil it yet, but there's a reason why not every technician's worth $50 an hour. But first on his list was this brake light, and it wasn't operating properly, so that's why I'm inspecting it here. Someone wrapped it up with some tape. I don't really know why. They thought maybe that would hold it together or something. But the connector, the clip that holds the connector together is what's broken. Now I'm going to turn the light on and try and fiddle with this plug a little bit, kind of move it around and wiggle it and stuff and try and see where the issue exactly is. I know the connector's broken, but is that just the main issue or is there issues within the wires itself? Now to give you some more context, we work out of North Pole, Alaska, which coincidentally is right in between two huge military bases, an Army base and an Air Force base. So we get quite a bit of clientele from the military, and a lot of people end up shipping, so we deal with these shipping inspections quite often, and they're usually last minute repairs. So I'll show you my way of rigging it up randy to get this thing squared away right before it gets shipped. So I'll use a blowtorch on this pick, and it's kind of hard to see, but I'll shove it through these little tiny tabs in the side and then zip tie the thing all the way around. That way it holds it tight. The only issue was with the connector seating all the way to where the clip does. That way it makes good connection, but that way it won't back out. When you got it zip tied like that, I would bet money that thing's going to go for 50,000 miles just like that. Now, what would you do in that situation? How would you go about that repair, trying to be quick and proper? There was no part in stock in town or even in the state, so that's why I did what I did, just to get him by. That way he'll pass inspection, then he can move on. But I'm curious, what would you guys do in that situation? Super glue it, or I'm not really sure. I know there's other methods, but comment down below how you would facilitate that repair. Next, we'll work on figuring out if the e-brake works or not, if we need to make some adjustments or anything like that. So I push the e-brake down. I accidentally go into drive here for a second, let off the brake, make sure it doesn't roll. Then I'll put it back in neutral and try and roll it again. There we go, and we got no movement at all, so e-brake's working good. That'll pass the test, so no worries there. I do see a tire light on there, so let's get that solved. We want to remedy any lights, anything that's on the dash at all that would give him any reason to try and deny this. I've seen him deny them for the most random, very strange things that aren't really issues, but to them for shipping, I guess they are. So we're going to do everything in our power to try and give him zero reason to come up with anything to deny him for this shipping. Now moving on to the underside, I did double check all the fluids up top before I lifted it up, make sure everything was nice and topped off. So down here we're going to be checking for leaks and any issues that could also get him denied. We're also double checking the CV axles. Both CV axles got replaced at a different shop, and ever since then he's had issues with grinding noises up front. Now my suspicion is that the very sloppy mechanic just bent that backing plate against the rotor, didn't unbend it to where it's not touching anymore, and it's just sitting there riding on the rotor. Now I also noticed this lower ball joint's got a tear in it, and that's probably from a pickle fork, from some sloppy mechanic just not doing his due diligence the correct way. This side looks a little bit better, but you can also hear the grinding on this one as well. So just like I thought, you can see that backing plate touching the rotor. It's got a nice line in it. These little tiny details are what separates mediocre mechanics from the great ones. Just little itty bitty things like this go a long way. So we get that side peeled, then we'll peel this side back just a tiny bit. It's always just these little details that just make a huge difference in your end product. Now I'll check the suspension for any play, any issues like that. They didn't even bolt the cap down all the way, so I'll address that, get that fixed as well. Now, on a side note, I do want to address each and every one of you that supports the video, the channel, the comments. Every little bit helps. We got a couple of videos over 100 views already, just in the short time that we've been posting regularly. So I do very much appreciate that. Every little bit of support helps. It's phenomenal to see, and I'm honestly surprised that we've even gotten that far. We almost have 350 subscribers as well, which to me is just mind blowing at this point. But we'll just see how far this journey can take us. We'll keep posting every Wednesday religiously and keep on with the journey. Let's get this truck off the lift here and back to the customer. And again, like always, I do appreciate each and every one of you. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.